Egypt top the group, 7 points from their 3 games, so they win it. South Africa, the other team to qualify, 1 point behind on 6 points. Angola and Zimbabwe are eliminated. For more, let's chat to Mbizo Mzamane, who may or may not have been dancing around his living room when South Africa got that late penalty and won the game. Mbizo, we'll start with South Africa. How happy? I mean, it wasn't particularly convincing. Are you pleased with the way they played?
I'm relatively satisfied. I think that's the word I would use. I'm satisfied with the way that they got the result. They were able to come back and really, after some adversity, demonstrate that they can get the job done. But I must admit, we're a little bit fortunate. But I do believe we are the second best team in that group. But I'm not so convinced that we can get much further than we have done so far if this is the level that we're going to play. With absolutely all due respect to Zimbabwe, that is a team we should be beating. And it's a team that if we are to be considered seriously a dark horse, we shouldn't be struggling so much with this team. But they had a decent showing themselves. They have some good players, including Marvelous Lakamba, who, by the way, had a moment of madness, but he's a decent player. But job done, points in the bag, second round. We'll deal with the next opponent there.
Mbizo, let's talk about Lyle Foster, who, in my opinion, has been marvellous throughout this competition. Four goal contributions, a couple of goals, a couple of assists from him. He got a goal and an assist in this game in particular. Now, there's a lot of domestic-based players in that South African side. So how important is it to have the experience for a lot of the domestic-based players as you go through the tournament, where the games come real thick and fast at you, and you really need to lean heavily on the experience of the big man has up front?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can see there his statistics. He's been instrumental. I confess that as South African fans, we do have a few frustrations with him. Sometimes when he's not scoring or assisting, sometimes the plays are breaking down. But if he's going to score important goals like the ones that he has done so far, then we'll always have a chance. He's been ever present, and we're delighted that he's been able to deliver to the national team in the way that he has done. But for me, to be frank, the true star of the show has been Oswin Apollos, who's just been absolutely marvelous. He's just been spectacular. And I think he's probably slightly more important, but these goals are also invaluable.
Let's chat about Morocco. We spoke to Mimi yesterday, and she was saying there's been quite a lot of noise, expectation from the fans of Morocco to perform a little bit better. Was today's win and the way that they won the game a statement maybe to some of those fans that doubted them?
It's difficult not to be pleased if you're a Moroccan fan. I think this is the first game that they'll say that they truly were dominant in the fashion that they would like to be, and really put Zambia to the sword. I think the only caveat for me here is that Zambia, for me, has been one of the poorer performers at the tournament. I think that Comoros has performed in a superior fashion to Zambia. So for me, they've been the weakest team in their group, one of the weakest teams in the tournament. But that doesn't mean that Morocco shouldn't be pleased with the performance, shouldn't see it as something to build upon moving into the next round. But I don't believe, other than Mali, that they've faced any real test. And against Mali, where they had that test, I think Mali played them, like for like. I think they were even opponents, and I think it demonstrated that Morocco is going to have to really rise to the occasion to win, because there are better teams than Mali. But yes, they have to be thrilled. 3-0 in the bag, and another superb goal. I mean, another potentially best goal of the tournament. So if I'm a Moroccan fan, I'm sleeping in peace tonight.
I looked at Ounahi's performance tonight, and some of the statistics really jumped out to me. He had the most touches of the ball being 94, the most fouls won being 5, most completed passes in the final third being 22, most line-breaking passes being 12. That was outstanding. Brahim Diaz, 3 consecutive games with a goal in the group stage. I think it's only the second ever Moroccan player to ever do that in AFCON history, which is wonderful to see. But I will say this, Ayoub El-Kaabi will grab all the headlines for the goals that he is scoring in the emphatic fashion that he is doing it. I mean, how good is this player? How important is he for Morocco? And can he be maybe the match winner as they try to lead their way to success in this competition?
Yeah, I mean, it was clear, right? I think we spoke about it in the first game that he earned himself a start with that marvelous goal. And he did start, in fact, in the second game. He's produced he's produced. So I think what's clear is that he's the man that needs to be on the end of this brilliant playmaking that Brahim Diaz has been involved in. And Unai is one of my favorite players coming out of the country. And perhaps this is his first real sterling performance. And it's a delight to see. They'll certainly need him if they're going to make a run towards the final. And I think he showed his quality today. What a top-class player. I mean, just a joy to watch. And I think for the first time, Moroccans will feel that in this tournament, he's truly delivered at the level of his potential. And Brahim Diaz as well, it's just been a delight to watch. So these two players will definitely be carrying them on their backs. And of course, if they have a player like El-Kaabi finishing up top in that spectacular fashion that he has been, then the sky's the limit.
And Mbizo, let's go back to Group B, chat a bit about Egypt. I suppose they earned the right, didn't they, to make all of those changes today, given the work they've done in the first two games. Didn't really convince in that 0-0 draw. What can we expect from them in the knockout stages?
Yeah, I don't think Egypt has been spectacular. But again, when you are as experienced as they are, when you have been a champion of Africa as many times as they have, this is a team that just knows how to get it done, even when the football is not necessarily, spectacular and particularly attractive. They just have such a strong mind and strong heart. And as you said, today they, 0-0 against a team that hasn't been spectacular themselves is not a great result. But Angola is not the weakest team on the continent. They do have some talented players. They are quite organized defensively. So I don't think it's a train smash for the Egyptians. And certainly they're capable of turning it on at any moment, because if they click, there'll be a serious problem for any opposition. I expect them to be difficult to break down, difficult to play against, no matter who their opposition is. And of course, when you have players like Marmoush and Salah and a few others, as a matter of fact, who can have moments of magic, I think they're absolutely still in the conversation.
Morocco remain the favourites at plus 220 to win the competition. My question to you, Mbizo, would be, has your mind sort of changed as to who your personal favourite would be in this competition after watching the group stage take place? Because there hasn't been really a standout performer or any nation that's really blasting everybody away. It's almost as if all of the nations are quietly going about their business, and now we're getting to the business end of the competition. We're going to see the real deal. So has your mind changed as to who your favourite might be?
Well, my favorite has been Senegal from the get-go, and I think Morocco absolutely is up there simply because of the depth of their squad and the fact that they're hosts. But for me, I think you're correct that, they've kind of all been even. All the giants are getting the job done. All the giants are a little bit even. In the bigger tests and the bigger clashes, we've seen lower scores, ties, draws. But for me, I think it's still Senegal that stands head and shoulders above the rest, albeit slightly. And I think they remain my favorites. Obviously, they have a pretty big game actually against Benin tomorrow. They will want to win it to try to top their group because DRC plays Botswana, who's not particularly strong opposition, and so those two will be vying for first place. But for me, I think Senegal, in the football that I've watched, in the way that they've been so menacing going forward, they've been so incredible in defense. I think that they tick every single box. They have everything. I think they are, for me, still the favorites. But that really, as you said, doesn't mean much because it looks like all the teams are capable of beating the others.
Yep. And Mbizo, great analysis as always. I'm sure we'll be chatting to you very soon about AFCON on Scoreline soon. We'll speak to you in a little bit. Thank you.
Brilliant stuff.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you.
Let's have a quick check on the fixtures we've got to look forward to on Tuesday as the competition continues. The combination of Group C and Group D. So in Group C, both of these games at 11 a.m. Eastern. You've got Tanzania against Tunisia, Uganda against Nigeria, who have started to find some form, haven't they, after a pretty difficult year for the Nigerians in world football. Then in Group D, Benin against Senegal, who Mbizo was talking about there as his favourites for the competition, and then Botswana against DR Congo. Both of those games in the afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll have all the reaction for you on Scoreline.